In this world where pretty much everything is connected, cybersecurity isn't some back office IT issue anymore. It's something that affects every single one of us, every organization. So today, we're going to dive into this growing threat landscape and really explore why your team's skills might just be the most powerful defense you have. Let's get right into it.
Okay, take a good look at this number. That's $4.24 million. And get this, that's the average cost of a single data breach. That's not just a big number. That's the kind of thing that can literally shut a business down. The stakes are, well, they're astronomical. This is the reality we're dealing with when our defenses fail.
So I want you to really think about this for a sec. What's your organization's biggest vulnerability? Is it a piece of software, maybe a server, or is it something else entirely? Just keep that question in the back of your mind as we go through this.
Welcome to what I like to call the unseen battlefield. Because cyber threats aren't some distant problem anymore. They are an immediate, constantly changing risk to your entire business. And the attackers, they're getting smarter every single day. First up, let's talk about targeted ransomware. The bad guys aren't just spraying attacks out there randomly anymore and hoping something sticks. No way. Now, they're doing their homework. They're researching specific targets. We're talking hospitals, utilities, banks, to cause the most chaos possible and demand the biggest ransom they can get. Next, we've got personalized phishing. You know those old spammy emails with the crazy typos? Yeah, those days are pretty much over. Today's attacks are slick. They use real names, details about your company, and specific projects to craft messages that look so real, they're almost impossible to spot. And this is a whole other level. Supply chain attacks. Instead of trying to break down your front door, criminals are finding a back door. They compromise a trusted software company that you already use. The SolarWinds attack is the perfect, chilling example of this. One breach at a vendor created a massive ripple effect, hitting thousands of their clients at once. So, how common is all this? Well, check this out. 80%. Nearly 80% of organizations had at least one cybersecurity incident just in the last year. The data is crystal clear. It's no longer a matter of if an attack is going to happen, it's a matter of when. Okay, so we've talked about all these scary threats coming from the outside, but what if I told you that the biggest vulnerability of all might already be inside? It's time to look in the mirror because the real problem often starts with us. So here's the absolute truth. Your weakest link isn't your firewall. It's not your antivirus software. It's not any piece of your technology. It's us. It's human behavior. Attackers figured out a long time ago that it's just way, way easier to trick a person than it is to crack complicated code. They prey on our trust, our curiosity, and our desire to be helpful. And this is exactly what it looks like in the wild. It's that one email that looks totally legit, that one link that sparks your curiosity, a single careless click. And that's it. That one tiny action can open the floodgates to chaos across the entire network. But here's where the story takes a turn for the better. That so-called weakest link doesn't have to be a liability. In fact, with the right skills and the right awareness, your people can be transformed into your greatest security asset. They can become your human firewall. Just look at the difference here, side by side. An untrained employee, they're a target. They might be the one to click that suspicious link. But a trained employee, they become your first line of defense. They don't just avoid the trap, they report it. They become part of the solution. The shift is, well, it's a total game changer. So how do we make that happen? It's not rocket science, I promise. It's really a simple 3-step path. First, awareness. Just teaching people what to look for. Second, practice. You've got to run drills like phishing simulations so people get a feel for it. And third, you need a plan. Everyone has to know exactly who to call and what to do the second they spot something fishy. And this is so, so important to understand. Investing in these skills isn't just a cost. It's not just playing defense. It is a strategic move that creates real, tangible value for your business. You can see how it all pays off right here. A skilled workforce, well, that directly reduces your risk. It means you can respond way faster when something does happen, which minimizes the damage. It builds massive trust with your clients, and all of that frees up your teams to innovate safely. It really is a win-win-win. Let me share a quick story that just gives me chills. A hospital got hit with a ransomware attack. A total nightmare scenario, right? But because the staff, and I mean everyone, from nurses to administrators, had been trained, they spotted the attack instantly. And isolated it. Patient care was never disrupted. I mean, think about that. In that case, these skills didn't just save data or money, they potentially saved lives. Okay, so having your entire workforce as your front line is amazing, but every great defense also needs its special forces, right? And that's where your dedicated cybersecurity team comes in. These are the experts. They're the ones watching the network 24/7, rolling out new security policies, and when an attack does get through, they're the ones leading the charge. And hey, they're also the ones providing the training that makes everyone else stronger. So here's the best way to think about it. Your entire team, all your employees, they're the first line of defense. They're the ones who recognize and report the threats. Your cyber team is the specialized unit that takes that info, analyzes it, and neutralizes the danger. You absolutely need both working together. So if you only take one thing away today, please let it be this. We have to completely reframe how we think about this stuff. Cybersecurity is no longer just some IT problem that needs fixing. It's a business enabler. It's what protects your reputation, your operations, and your ability to grow. And that really just leaves us with one final question for you to take back with you. As you look at your own organization, is your cybersecurity just another cost on a spreadsheet? Or are you actively turning it into a true, powerful competitive advantage?